Today, we are in conversation with Sareena Singh, an amazing woman with multiple expertise.
What those expertise are, we're going to find out.
Let's find out.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Talk to Us Today. Today on Talk to Us Today, we have our segment She Wars. In this segment, we speak to our inspirations. These are women who've soared ahead in their fields and inspire us with their perseverance and strength. As we all know, most women adorn multiple hats and learn to navigate different roles throughout their lives. But our guest today takes the cake. She's an exceptional woman who's not just a financial expert with 26 plus years in banking and finances. She's a social entrepreneur, a coach, and a mentor. So, welcome, Sareena. We're going to go ahead and learn more about you and how you have a passion for empowering women in your field and outside. Welcome to the show.
Thank you both. Thank you, Simrit and Namita. Fantastic to be here, and all the nice words that you've said about me. Very flattered with that, and I'm absolutely hoping that a lot of what I say is going to resonate and make sense to people who view this.
Wow. So, Sareena, your extensive career in financial services is very impressive. Could you share some pivotal moments or experiences that have shaped your journey and led you to where you are today?
Absolutely. So it's very interesting that actually when I was studying, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon.
Wow.
So I was studying, the biology and the zoology, and that's really where I wanted to be. And then certain situations changed and some things happened that made me kind of take a different path. And so I then, from an education point of view, did an MBA and got into banking. Had 26 plus years of fabulous career from my own perspective, learned so much, grew so much, and I think contributed a lot to lives of people who worked with me, the organizations, and it actually was still my first job by the time I left after 26 years. So it was just three organizations, but taken over by one or the other, and that's how it worked. For me, a few things that really I felt were very pivotal in my journey. One is that I always dreamt big, so I wanted to achieve lots and lots of things, and so I kind of clarified in my head what I wanted. So at different segments in my journey, I was thinking to myself, being brutally honest with myself in terms of what I wanted, and hence I dreamt big and had clarity of what I wanted. The other thing which I did was I grabbed opportunities as they came along. So sometimes what we do is we get stuck into saying that this is what I want, and then just in a very blind way go for it. But what I did was, while I was very clear about what I wanted, I did not say no to opening up to lots of things that came my way. So I think that really worked for me. Goes without saying that the support of my family throughout, from the time I was maybe 12 or 13 years of age till the time I'm whatever now, let me not reveal my age, I have absolutely got that support. One of the principles that I thought I should share, which has always worked for me, is if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So whenever I have wanted something, whether it's help or support or an opportunity or saying, I want to do this, I've gone and asked for it. And that's really worked well for me.
Great, great.
That's
numbers.
quite
Did
amazing.
did numbers ever bother you? Because at times, we hear in the beginning for girls or women, numbers are like they like numbers. They would like, oh no. And mostly it's a myth actually, not even a myth. It's a typical stereotype. Oh, girls can't do finance. They're not good with finance. Does that happen to you?
Namita, that's just a myth. All three of us sitting here love numbers. So I think that's a myth. We all need to bust these myths for sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
What I think what does happen is, and I don't disagree there, it's not that they probably intimidated you, but the society around intimidates you more.
Yeah.
That, oh, really? You want to get into banking? Do you know any like CEO who's a bank? And of course now there is, but 25, 26 years ago, it wasn't so. So you were really a trailblazer. Did you ever face those kind of prejudices more than?
I was actually very fortunate that I got through a lot of those without really it impacting me. I did see it around me. And also in the context of, a lot of my friends around me, they would get impacted by what stereotypically.
So, Serena, your coaching and mentoring extend to young professionals and homemakers and entrepreneurs, right? And what unique strategies do you employ to cater to these diverse needs and aspirations of your clients? Because it's a very diverse, I would say,
Yeah.
clientele.
So, the most unique thing that I do is listen. It's
Perfect.
very interesting that all the coaching tools and techniques are very subject agnostic.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter what really is the kind of background that a person is coming from or what kind of problem they are speaking about. It's such a beautiful portfolio and a repository of tools that it can apply in almost every situation. So the main thing which I do is that I respect the fact that for every individual, it's their journey and their reality. And I have to keep that in mind. As I said, really give them thinking space and listen. This urge that all the time we have to fill in the spaces is something that you have to learn to let go as a coach. So it's absolutely fine. Then also, as I said, it's really about creating longer term sustainability and such solutions for each of those people, which they do themselves, with me just being kind of an instrument which helps them to think in a different manner. So that's how coaching comes into play. Now, mentoring and coaching sometimes are taken to be very similar or same, but they are not. Mentoring is where I, based on my experiences, in the corporate world, as a woman, as a leader, I share with all the people that I mentor. And, when they are in similar situations, what are the possible options they have? What are the things they could try and, what they could do? So that's really where mentoring comes into play. So I use a combination of both depending on what the person is looking for. But coaching conversations can really be very pure, just asking questions in a manner that gets people to think. So that's really how, I've done this in my last few years of being a coach.
What advice, Sareena, would you give to women who are just starting on their journey towards financial independence? Like some key steps where they can get started, because it's very intimidating to start.
One is, I think, first, I would like to define what financial independence or financial freedom means for me. It actually means the freedom to make the choices that I want to make
Right.
and
Absolutely.
be able to decide things on my own terms, right?
Right.
Because money is a fuel, right? It's a means to getting to where I want to get to in terms of my life and my dreams. So the two components, very simply, yeah, there's no jargon, no complexity, no rocket science to this. The first is being able to earn for myself. And when I say earn for myself, it is really what is it that I enjoy doing? What are my passions? Then I come to what are my strengths? What am I good at doing? If there is a bit of a gap in terms of what I want to do, whereas what skills I have to do it, then I develop those skills, or I would go through a certain way of enhancing my own knowledge, my own way of doing things, and I then kind of combine my strengths and passions to say what do I want to do. So that's how coaching happened to me after 26 years of being a banker. Also there comes the whole process where one goes into this inward journey of what gives me excitement, what energizes me, and what motivates me. So I'm also an NLP trainer, which is neuro linguistic programming, and I learned that also as a skill. So my fascination for the brain did not go away, and I've kind of come back to it again after so many years. So it's really first getting to a place where I feel I am able to make those choices and earn for them. And then also, I feel a very important part of this whole journey is how do I save and invest to make my money work for me, right? And again, there are lots and lots of tools and ways that are available for that. My simplest one would be just every month do what we call an SIP, a systemic investment plan. every month take out some money and just put it away, because there it's not only saving and protecting your capital, but also, based on your choice of instruments, it'll grow and it'll give you returns. So those are just the two simple things that I would say. I mean, I started earning as early as when I was 16 years old. So um, it is possible.
I
And
started
we have
I
very
started spending myself when I was 16 years old.
well, I earned and spent, but it was so empowering that I could really, earn my own pocket money, and then I could do whatever I wanted with it. So that's what I said. For me, financial independence and financial freedom is how I can make the choices and the decisions that I want to make.
So, Sareena, keeping up with this, like, so you've mentored and, helped so many women. Can you share some success stories of women who you've coached over the years and who've significantly improved their financial and professional situations through your guidance and support, where you sit back and go, you know what? I feel good about what I did here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, I really do feel good about it. I'm being honest, and I just love the fact that there is some little impact that I can create. And before I do that, I want to just share a very short story with you, which is about a starfish. So there's a man who's walking along a shore and sees hundreds and thousands of starfish washed ashore, because there was a high tide and then there was a low tide. And picks up one, puts it back in the sea, picks up another one, puts it back in the sea, and it's huge what is in front of him. Somebody else sees him doing that and asks, what are you doing? This is so huge. This magnitude of this problem is so huge. What are you trying to do? So this man says, I'm trying to make a difference and I'm creating a difference. Picks up one starfish, puts it back into the sea and say, see, I made a difference to this one. So it's really about that one starfish difference that, each of us can make on a day-to-day basis. Especially there, I think I was able to influence, impact, and, help some of these very courageous women take even more courageous decisions to be able to pursue their dreams and where they wanted to be. So, for example, there was somebody who was part of the operations world, but really wanted to not be in that and get into the technology side of things. So that's how I would kind of get them to start thinking a bit differently, say, go ahead with the opportunity, take that little bit of risk, and, see how it goes. So do not say no even without trying it. Those were some of the kind of flavors that I brought about in my mentoring with people. And, one particular incident I'll talk about, a very senior lady in one actually fintech organization, and I was coaching her. She's based out of one of the southern states. That's what I would say. What was happening is that she wanted to actually get to the board level her organization, and was just not being able to find the time to kind of upskill herself onto a certain level, which is what was required for her to, get to that next position. And while we were coaching, a couple of sessions, she was not being able to identify as to what is it that was not letting her make that move, or, what was the challenge. And then it was very interesting. What came out was that actually every morning for about 2.5 hours, she would be in the kitchen making meals for the family, because her mother-in-law wanted to only eat food that was cooked by her. And it was so amazing, where I told her that, it's not that you have to express less love for your mother-in-law or mother or anybody else in the family and say, oh, I'm not going to cook for you. But there are ways and means that you can find solutions to these problems. And then through this whole coaching conversation, she was able to, again, find that courage to go to her mother-in-law and say that, I love cooking for you and I love you a lot, but I do need time on a daily basis to meet my own goals for myself. And hence, I am going to get a cook who I will supervise, and I will make sure she gets it right, or he gets it right, whoever the cook is. And I'm going to make sure I can find time to pursue my dream and, the 2 hours that I want to spend to get this certification or get this skill. And, that's how it turned out to be. So these are some very, very interesting experiences, that I've had, and some stories which I've heard.
Yeah,
where
at times we need to hear from somebody, that gives us courage. Oh, you should do this. somewhere, we know we need to do this, but then we don't take any step. We need that danda or some push from the back, that somebody has to convince, yes, this is not wrong, you can do it, let's do it, you know
Yeah.
so that's great.
Yeah, and
um
Namita, what I would say is that sometimes I should do this, I have to do this, I need to do this, convert that to I want to do this.
oh,
Because the moment you create the want and you are, convinced of your own desire and where you want to be, the pressure and the stress of the have to and the should to goes away, and you can really get going on the path in a much better way.
great, yeah, wonderful.
So my very simple advice, and two bits, as I say, to all the women who are wanting to be on this journey to be financially independent and financially free. The first one really is articulate why you want to be financially independent. Understand for yourself and really make it to be a want for yourselves. The second one I would say is, don't worry about how big or small you're starting. Just start, right? The earning and of course the saving and investing. So two parts to it. And the third one is really a little bit on a lighter note. The best time to start was yesterday, but if you didn't do that, second best time is now. So
Right.
take that first step on whatever it might be, whether it is to identify your passion or strengths, whether it is to identify somebody who can help and support you in being on your journey, whether it is just to enroll for that one course or some kind of skill that you want to learn. Just start with it.
Thank you so much, Sareena. I love this quote that if you didn't do something yesterday, like which was the best time, today is, the next best time you could do it. It's always better than tomorrow. So thank you so much for that amazing quote. Thank you for sharing your remarkable journey and your dedication to empowering women to achieve financial independence, because that's so intimidating. Your experiences and insights are truly inspiring, and we hope they inspire many more women to take control of their financial futures.
Well, that's all on Doctors today, but we look forward to hearing from you all. Please let us know what you think about our today's episode in the comment section, or you can email us at hello@talktoustoday.com. Also, all the description about Sareena is there in the description box, so you can reach out to
Yeah.
her.
All her information is there. Yeah.
Yeah, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Doctors Today. Remember to talk about Doctors Today. Keep smiling, keep
Keep
laughing.
laughing and keep talking.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sareena. See you guys next Friday. Bye.